'Twas the night before bullships, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for Ballistic Bull. Ha ha! How we going, people? All been a bit rushed, so I haven't got any lights on the scene. Let me throw some lights on the situation. There we go. There's a light there. There's a light over here as well. There's a light. There's a light. There's some more lights. There's another light. There we go. Bit of illumination. Oh, doors open as well. How is everyone? Hope we're all well. I believe Scully is kind of winding up. Yeah, cheers, Martini. We're going to steer clear of that this evening if we can. I've been dealing with it all day, so I'm having a night off from it. How is everyone? I hope we're well. I've got Jess on call, but what I haven't got is a source for you to hear him. So, oh my days, we are so ad existing. No, it's all right.
They can hear me.
Right, I got Jess on call. Say hello, Jess.
What's up, man?
Now they can hear you, or at least they should be able to hear you. Chat, give me a thumbs up. The bearded monster has arrived, says JP. Absolutely, he has. Do you know, I might even have a shave this week as I'm off work. I was going to say, I'm having issues with Discord, JP, so it's probably why you won't find me in there. I'm having a direct call with Jess at the moment via Telegram because my Discord up my end won't update, or I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it. I need to get into Google, dig down into it. But yeah, I will be around after the stream for the purposes of the message you sent me this morning or your last night or whatever it was. I'll be around after the stream for that if you still want. Right, okay. Is Scully winding up? I suppose. Oh, I get a notification, don't I? Let's get to the top of the chat and do the roll call. See how we're going on. DQ first in there. Beat you to the punch, Ryan, didn't he? You slacking, Ryan. Come on. The DQ in there. What's up? We got Ryan as well, Fezman and Apex. Right, Fez saying I'm quitting Boom. I don't believe that. There's only one man that's allowed to quit Boom, and I believe that's Falcor. Apex, right, that's what a quitter would say, yeah. Ben CR250 as well in there. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. We've got Mr. Poing. Coming down the list, we've got you guys all giving each other the love. Aspie, Boom Beach, and Mike Wells as well. Ray Coronas in the chat too. What's up, Ray? I haven't seen you for a little while. Blackadder, how's it going, my friend? Andre44, what's up, mate? And David as well, good day all. See, I can't even say that without slipping into a little bit of Australian. Good day all. Ryan, Andre, Ray, Ryan, Flint, Michigan Gaming in there as well. What's up, Flint? Just stopping by to drop a like. How you doing? Daniel Matheson as well. Hi, Martin in chat. Mr. Wing is coming down the list. We got I think that's where we Martini as well. What's up, Martini and Polly, bearded monster. Yeah, no, it may well come off somewhere this week, or at least trimmed. Maybe not come off entirely. Martini, we got Adam Brown there as well. And I suppose Kegmeister. What's up, Keg? How you doing, my friend? And I think are we at the end of the Bob Miller, Drew B, Jess in chat and Jess on the screen. Yep. Okay. Yep.
No, but shout out to Kegs, just real quick shout out to him because he went above and beyond to walk me through my rambles last night when we were both kind of delirious, kind of looking at the tree last night. And got me thinking on some big picture things. So I think Martin and I are going to look at the tree today. We're going to look at the calculations, but I think we're going to refrain from telling anybody where they should go. I think more or less we're going to talk about the main points of the tree, what we see as like game-changing nodes, and maybe a couple pitfalls. But gone are the days where we tell you this is the best path. Because I will not have 50 of you messaging me telling me that I sent you in the wrong direction in the morning.
Bob Miller, Yeah, as the boys have said, Aaron's retired. Aaron's given up playing Boom Beach. He stepped away from the game to focus on other things. That happened coming up 6 months ago. I took control of the channel, so I am now BBTFRG, where the BB might be standing for Ballistic Bull rather than Boom Beach. I don't know. We'll see. We got Todd in the chat as well. What's up, Todd? Thanks for joining us. We've never told anyone what the best path is.
Well, a lot of seasons we did. I mean, we said, race to grins or race to, a certain troop. A lot of times early on we did. It's just that, it wasn't always ended up being the best path, I think, a lot of times. And so I think for the past couple seasons, we've been more general in the way that we speak about things as opposed to being specific.
And to be fair, we've evolved in the way that we do this. When we first started with the collective, we were trying to direct people. Obviously now the collective has grown and people have got the understanding of the tree themselves. Hopefully they're better at deciding their own paths. The best path is the one that gets you to global #1. We got clicking there. We got Tiago Rookie as well. Race to Grange. Jess's catchphrase. Right.
Clip?
Shall I jump over to the tech tree? There we go. There is the tech tree for this season. So I need to bring that up.
What's up, Tiago?
And then I want draw. No, I don't want draw.
No, and Adam, that's a good point, and that's why I try to refrain from being too specific now, is because we're all so different in our gameplay. Like, I'm not gonna follow Stoneheart's path because Stoneheart is a 20 times better player than I am. Like, yes, I might be a top 100 player, but he's in a different echelon than I am. And so I'm not going to follow his path because I'm not able to replicate the hits that he can replicate because he can do more with less than I can. Same thing with Keg. Keg is a phenomenal player. I'm not going to necessarily be as good as taking the same path as he is because he can do more with less than I can. And so it's kind of, you got to figure out where your baseline is and then kind of go from there.
Stone is the master, period. No, you're absolutely right there. Martin, I sent you a request to join your telly room, did you? Let me go over here.
I think you can just join it automatically.
Yeah, no, one of them is request. Oh, someone's already accepted it. You are in. Someone in the group's accepted you. So yeah, Keg's another master, and as is who else do we put in that category as well?
I mean, I think Kaiser's another guy that can kind of pick it up. I know Ivan doesn't play as much anymore, but Ivan and Teen Wolf are guys that can kind of rank 1 to like top 10, and I know they don't get enough credit, but the Earth, Wind, and Fire guys, I just make a joke because of the band, but like Wind and all those France 2.0 guys with the icicles, they are really good. And so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players. A lot of join guys are really good. Petrick when he plays.
Kawa is who I was thinking of. The name just wouldn't fall into my head.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of Luke is consistently, like Cruz's leg too.
Mr. Point. I fell asleep listening to Stone earlier. Curse him and his buttery smooth voice. He really has got the perfect voice for radio, that man. So smooth.
Sounds like you want to make love to him, Point. It doesn't sound like you want to curse him.
He is. It is buttery smooth. Only me in the chat, even his slacker, Jess. Polly's just in chat tonight. I would imagine at this time of year and this time of day, he's busying his little backside off out there somewhere in the outback.
I bought Only Me's burner account, his like 30th burner account, a membership to Skull earlier.
Oh yeah. I saw you bought. I did see you. I've sort of watched most of Skull's stream from the silence of my little studio here while I was doing what I was doing. McLovin, how you doing,
Who-
my friend? Nice to see you.
Anybody know?
JP, for me, you are my top one for sure. What's your
What's up,
IG
Tuchelala?
in-game name? I can't remember what your in-game name. I know it. But God, my brain's
JP and then his last. It's the same as his string.
Policino. It's JP Policino 995, isn't it? I think. I'm gonna have to go.
No, I thought Flame of Truth was 1337 Flames like mini account for like
Right.
almost 3/4 of last season. So I realized it was Stoneheart.
There we got two.
I thought it was Flame.
Tutu Lala as well joining us. What's up, my friend? I kind of don't want to. I'm reluctant to start talking about the tree until Scully's.
Just to have Skulls.
Yeah, to bring Scully's chat
Did we give
over.
away the T-shirt yet?
Yeah, I think so. I think it looks like he's literally, people in the chat just saying thanks for the stream, take care, all the best, and that sort of thing. So I would imagine that he's just setting up the raid. We'll probably get the notification in a minute. Polly, now it's mine, it's not Stone's.
We should do collaborative merch. You know, like you do your bull stuff, and because I just want to make like a F Tanks shirt and like a coffee mug that says it's 3 a.m. somewhere opening day, like on a coffee mug or something. Or like I would like to make a couple items of clothing, but I don't have enough to sustain like a whole store.
Yeah, well, I'd say, I mean, as I've been saying for the last few weeks and whatnot. He's on his way. He's going to make a sandwich first. Yeah. I've now quit my old job. I've now got a week off to reboot and sort a few things out. And then I start the new job 3 weeks until Christmas. Then I've got a week off over Christmas. Then we're into the new year. And I'm hoping that this new job is going to afford me a little bit more spare time in which to focus on kind of tidying the channel up. I think one of the first areas I want to attack is the memberships, because a lot of you who are channel members, who I am eternally grateful for too, there's not a lot there for what you get, what you're paying at the moment. So it's something that I want to tidy that up and figure out how I can give you something back. That's awesome. Break a leg, bro. Cheers, Thiago. So yeah, that's kind of like one of the first areas that I'll be looking at, and then getting on a regular schedule. And I know congratulations on the new job. Hope the position. Cheers, Polecat. Yeah, no, I'm hoping that it kind of gives me more time so that I can kind of get into a regular. Yeah, I've got his. He needs both. Yeah, I can't be a hop along now, can I? Arrow of Light, hello BB family. I just subbed. Love you guys. Thank you very much. Probably get the notification through in a moment. Oh, I meant to turn that off. Otherwise, that's gonna. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Make sure that. I want to quit my job. 25 years. I'm too chicken to make the change. It took a little bit of, and even now I'm sort of sat here in the transition between the two, thinking to myself, have I done the right thing? Have I made the right decision? But I'm sure kind of we get 2 or 3 months into next year, get to the 25th anniversary. And 25th anniversary. I was looking at your 25. Get to the 10-year anniversary of Boom, and I'm sure it will turn out that yes, I have made the.
What's up, Arrow of Light?
Yeah, have made the right decision. I want to get a full-time job. You guys discuss changing jobs. Yeah, I'd love to quit my job, but my boss is just too good of a. You're self-employed, Polly. Scully, what's up, my friend? In response to your statement, yes, I will be around after the stream. Okay, so we have
Shout out for subscribing, Anthony.
Anthony
Thank you for
O'Neill.
doing
There we
that.
go. We've just got. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, the little graphics and things that I've done don't quite work how they are supposed to. I think it's just the computer and the Dad Bod Strip Club. Yeah, that's
If
cool.
I was
That's
gonna
cool.
if I was gonna start a new business, the one thing I would do is find like two people and create a reaction channel and just go through the greatest hits, go through like the Game of Thrones, The Boys, go through all that. If you can have three people in a video, those things do like stupid numbers. Stupid numbers. People like watching people watching shows. Really weird.
Yeah, I've noticed that those the reaction thing is massive on um
But if you're by yourself, you don't get that many subscribers. But if you like, say me, you, and Skull like
yeah.
FaceTimed in and reacted to a show together, man, those things get like stupid numbers, and they're easy to do too. It's
Well,
crazy how much.
that was the thing behind Boom Talk, and it's something that I mean, at the moment, my computer, my graphics card just will not allow it. It just won't handle the amount of moving parts that would be required to do that sort of thing. But one day, hopefully, next season,
We
next
recorded
year.
we recorded a podcast, me, Martin, and BSV, but the bandwidth on it was so girthy that I couldn't process it. But that
Yeah,
would have been a really juicy podcast. But I just couldn't get the band, like it was just so much data that I just couldn't get it through.
yeah. No, it's
Uh,
it's I'm just trying to look for something that I set on here the other day. So I'm using Stream. I'm on
but
Streamlabs as well. So carry on talking.
well, no, I was just gonna say maybe we could start talking, kind of roll into tree now
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Skull has departed. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited for the tree. I think I don't know. I think they're like getting kind of into a pattern. The little tech tree lady is getting into a pattern of having like a certain style of troop at the beginning of the tree, grins and tanks at the middle of the tree or in 4ER, and then either like lasers or RCs in 5 and 6, and then bombers at the end. It's starting to seem like they're almost like a pattern for every season, the same pattern for every season. But the boost node should add hopefully a variety into the gameplay.
yeah. I think I've got a feeling that someone at Boom Beach is someone at Supercell Boom Beach. They've got a new guy in doing the development of the tree. Is my feeling. Just the way that we've had these changes and these new things that are coming in.
It's very diamond dependent,
The
like the if you're non-IT.
Yeah. It's just sort of just a few little changes. The season tree looks very interesting. Some diamonds will be needed. Yeah, exactly. It's, I would say it's forcing you to spend diamonds, but certainly diamonds will be needed. But hey, it's like we said, it's a game and they're a business and blah blah blah, and they need to make money and so
Should
I
we,
won't begrudge sticking $20 or $30 worth of diamonds on the account if I need them this season. It's not
what's
like
up,
there's not
Amy?
enough there for free. We got Amy in the chat as well. What's up, Sugar? How you doing? Right, so yeah,
But
like we were
I
saying.
you want to go over kind of what are kind of, I guess for the most part, most people's starting path, just like the safe route on the starting path. I think we kind of discussed it. I've discussed it with a lot of people at this point, but I even noticed Stone had it as pretty much a kind of a safe starting point for everybody.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I've been quite distracted these last couple of days. If you know, you know. If you know, don't. I'm not getting into it. But so as I understand it, we're coming straight out. Oh, it's the path that I did on Discord the other day when I was a bit drunk, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and you couldn't draw a straight line.
Yeah, this one isn't much better, to be fair, mate.
So yeah, you go
Oh,
machine gun, and then you go straight to multi-node 2.
basically that. And then picking up BH.
Yeah, sniper tower, BH. I think people that run warriors or that will go warriors might skip the BH, but I think for the most part, most of the rifle Zuka guys will grab the sniper towers and BH. Plus, you need the sniper towers to get past multi-node 2, I think.
Sniper towers to get past multi-node 2. Yeah, otherwise you're going to need the cannon or the boom cannon. Yeah, that's a good spot, actually. I hadn't spotted that one. And then sort of after that, if I remember rightly,
It kind of gives you the option to go down like shock mines 2-4.
So yeah, from there you've kind of got, we can go to shock mines and on, or shock mines and back. We could pick up cannons, brick potentially,
brick, or you can pivot up for the flotty and the flare if need be.
So there's lots of options off of that path.
I think so, Skull. I think people will be boosting between the rifles and the Zukas. The Zukas boosting them helps, but boosting the rifles help more. I think once you boost the rifles, you can get 3 mines out of them, at least 2. With the TH, you can get 3, I think. 3 mines, which is huge. But I think most people will do the Zukas just because they think they'll need to, but I just don't know that it makes as much of an impact as the rifles make.
I think it's a tough one between riflemen and Zukas. Obviously, like you said, the riflemen will give you a greater meat shield if you boost them. And the Zukas, I mean, the Zukas don't need any more DPS at 3ER, in my opinion. But having them be able to take a mine would be pretty massive, and boosting the Zukas would allow them to take a mine, wouldn't it? So you know,
but I think the TH in itself would allow them to take a mine. Maybe not. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my
just
head.
said there, I'm boosting the Zukas to avoid taking the TD in 3ER, which is another good point. You know, if you boost the Zukas, then you don't need to go back for that TD. You can just push on to 4ER quicker. I think what this boosting has done is thrown an element into the game that nobody's considered before, and there's lots of kind of you know, like Aspie's just said, you boost the Zukas, you don't need the TD, especially if you boost the Zukas and picked up brick with battle orders, because obviously I think she does is it a 10% damage boost with her battle orders, then you've got that, you know, there's your extra TD, and you've got the bonus of brick there. I know I've seen a fair few people saying that they're going to go brick early because of, but you know, I don't know whether that was just part of the conversations.
I think it's I think there's an offensive and a defensive. You know, I think Stone shared a path, but I mean, if people aren't comfortable using rifles, Zuka, no flare, then they're going to go flare and they'll probably go brick. And then there'll be people that get all the defenses and all the DBD. I personally think that first DBD is kind of like a red herring. I don't think you need to go in that direction no matter what you do. But I just think
there will be people that go and get it, but I think it is a key vacuum, especially when the second one is so close. Scully,
it's on path.
Scully, they're saying this tech tree will make players second guess a lot. And I think that, you know, again, I'll make you spot on there that there'll be all sorts of, you know, like you say, sort of second guessing what the best path is, what the best direction is. Mike Wells says, I'm taking the wrong path as always, and then grinding 2,000 battles. I think that's pretty much standard for everyone, isn't it?
But yeah, I think though you have to be careful of the multi-nodes, like the one I pointed out just a moment ago with the sniper towers. And then we have that other one before 6ER where you have to get heavies, grins, or cryos. You have to unlock one of those 3 troops to get to 6ER. Might be 5. I think it's 6ER, yeah, because there's
It is
shock bomb
6.
after 5. But I mean, like, you got to be careful when you're unlocking things to make sure that you'll be able to progress in the tree without unlocking too many unreasonable nodes.
Yeah, I mean the tree itself. So I made a comment in Slack the other day that the tree is 2,640 keys to unlock the whole lot, and I also then pointed out that if you didn't start in gold and diamond and what have you, Click's been timed out for JP for that comment. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, Chicken said it on his channel, I believe, as well, that that you can't complete the tree. You won't be able to complete. That's not true in real terms. You will be able to complete the tree. I was just making the point in Slack that the tree was a lot tighter this year or this season than it has been in previous seasons. Normally there's enough keys to kind of do the tree and then
Do whatever you want.
do a bit more, so that we all end up, and ultimately what happens then is at the final weekend we all end up with even tech, and it just becomes a bit of a bum fight with even tech. I think doing it this way, I'll be intrigued to see that final weekend where and to see whether, I don't think it will be even tech.
A lot of these, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say a lot of these 4-week seasons, what ends up happening is the weekend before the final week, you have a lot of people in 6ER that are like getting ready to save for 7. And instead of going 7 and finishing the tree, what they do is they use those keys to backfill any kind of extra nodes that they want, any kind of extra powerful troops or boosts or anything like that. And then you see people compete as a really filthy, like dirty 6, right before the last week, and get to leg and park in a lot of these traditional 4-week seasons. And so I'll be interested to see after the resets if we see that again.
Yes, yeah, no, there is that, and Tiago's just pointed out that the last week of the season is holiday. It's the Sunday is Christmas Eve. As I said in my sneak peeks video, for me, warship season doesn't actually end until 8 a.m. on Christmas Day morning. So I'm going to be woken up at about 4 o'clock by the ankle biters going, Daddy, can we open our presents? The answer's going to be no, you can't. I've still got 4 hours of warships to finish off. So,
and you'll be dressed up in a kangaroo outfit or a koala outfit on Christmas Eve, pushing shit.
One of my many other costumes that I. So yeah, yes, that is a factor at this time of year.
The 3-week chest values, I kind of offset that though. Whereas you're kind of like, well, it's a 4-week season. I think the 3-week chest values kind of offset that, because if you're using Martin's calculator and you actually look at it, you can get pretty far. Like most people that finish 2450 and above can get to 4ER, with their opening keys. So, you can make some moves early, so it doesn't feel like you're too far behind.
Yeah, the 3-week CRVs are obviously offset again by the fact that it's an 80 node tree. And I think doing it this way is better, personally. Mike Wells said 4-week seasons are not the best. 3-week season and a 1 week is what we need. I don't know. I think you need to give this Kill two birds with one stone, Martin. Dress as Santa and scare them back to bed till 8 a.m. um, I think you need to give this format a little bit of a chance because having 3 week CRVs, you're gonna be able to pick up tech every day.
Multiple.
Unlike when it's the old 4 week CRVs, when potentially you couldn't even pick up a decent piece of tech on a given day, so you had to hide, and then the meta changes, so the bit of tech you picked up is now useless anyway. So I like this longer tree, same values. I think it's a much better idea, and obviously with the troop boosts that we've now got, and we've also we've seen them now put a lot of prototype GBA's gunboat abilities on the tree. So I think that they can do like a mix and match of stuff in coming seasons to extend the 4 week seasons. I also like the idea of dropping a hero off the tree. So obviously we lost Kavan last season, but we gained remote defib. So there'd be no reason why we couldn't say lose Brick, but gain speed serum. That'd be a good one. So there's options there. But the troop boost I think are going to be the big one this season.
That and then the 7 proto nodes, because I know people see all the BH and all the TD, the DVD and the TH, but they're all basically even, with the TD being 50 more, and it's all relative.
Yeah.
I think people get caught up in the 200 BH, but it's all relative to the amount of TD you have, and vice versa with the DVD and the TH. So I think the 7 proto nodes are more of a, like, that's something to look at more so than the actual boost, because it's all relative.
Yeah, like Scully said, CRVs will allow you to pick up a node every 2 chests. Once you make gold, even iron. And that's absolutely spot on. I mean, you look at those chests through 3ER 20, 20, 24, 26. That's, that's a piece of tech every other chest. I mean, of course, it will be the middle of the night chest where you get the bit of tech that you need, because that's just warships. I don't know how they do that. When you consider there's global time zones, yet for me, the key piece of tech I need is always my midnight chest. Yet for you out there in the States, Jess, your key piece of tech
like
is
11 a.m. for me.
it's always your middle of the night. I don't know how they managed to do that.
No, I was going to say Amy brought up a good point with the heavy player pool. Going like all D kind of slows the progress of everybody, and the star inflation at the beginning of the season. It also has the same thing with like heavy D also has that effect with, like, say a ton of people race to a hero. It's normally they either race to a hero or do heavy D. And so it almost makes everyone else do that, and then in return slows everything down, especially the star inflation at the beginning of the season, for people to be able to progress.
So to that end, do you think that a better path might actually be to, just dirty up right from the get-go, get the mortars, get the machine, and look to fizzle people?
Well, I think that's what everybody has started to do every season now anyway.
That seems to be
why we get stuck.
So
that's why you have everybody in 14, 15, and then just a handful in 16, 17. You know what I'm saying?
But are these troop boosts going to be enough to turn that round?
Nah. I think a lot of people don't want to get Brick, but will end up getting Brick immediately out of the gate because they think they need him to compete. And so that'll force a lot of people to go ahead and get Brick, whereas they normally would have probably waited for Kavan.
So Keg just saying Supercell doesn't have to put all the defenses in 2, 3, and 4. And I agree with that. I think that maybe you could stretch the defenses out all the way to 6 ER. I mean, I know they've got the shock launchers in 6 ER here, and you've got the rifles the rocket launchers and boom cannons at they're at 4, aren't they? So maybe they could have put the rocket launchers into 5 and then put, say, I don't know, the machine guns or the mortars where the machine gun, and just spread the defences out a little bit more like that. Mike Wells starts at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Now with daylight saving, or with Greenwich Mean to GMT now, Greenwich Mean Time, we're 8 o'clock. But when we get daylight savings, it's 9.
Shout out to Skull for the membership.
Massive shout out to Scully with 5 donated memberships there. And who have we got? Mr. Poing's been gifted a membership. Blaze Beard's been gifted a membership. Tiago Rookie's been gifted a membership. Only Me's been gifted a membership. And Ryan has also been gifted a membership. So massive thank you to you from those guys. Are we going to get the full thing? Are we going to get the full animation? We are going to get the full animation. No, we're not going to get the full animation, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it twice. So I know what it's playing at now.
Are
we going to get
tell when it's done?
Are we going to get the full animation? It's got to do this for every single membership. Oh, this is going to be annoying. It's going to do this 5 times. How do I turn this off? How do I turn this nonsense off? Okay, I might need to rethink this. I think it's going to do this 5 times. Sorry about this, folks.
No, I was going to say something Keg pointed out to me last night, but I can't tell because I can't hear what you're hearing, so I can't tell.
Yeah, no, I can only just about hear you. This should be the last time. No, I didn't. I just thought it would do it once, to be honest. But obviously you've done 5 memberships, so is that it? Is it? Right, okay. I've just made a note of this on my notepad that this needs amending.
What's up,
That
Mojo?
should be it. That should be it.
No, but Keg pointed out to me last night that the critter launchers are in 5, but with the laser rangers being technically before the critter launchers, do you think people then might skip critter launchers if people go lasers, and that becomes meta initially, and it becomes something where, you know, critter launchers value basically turns upside down if it's a laser meta? They're basically not really worth anything. And so them putting that type of troop ahead of the defense, maybe they should do that more often so that you know, people don't just automatically run straight for all the defenses.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that I looked at when I first saw the tree. I saw where the critter launchers were. And obviously with the lasers, that laser path, you know, lasers, rocket choppers, that's such a tempting path. I don't think many people are going to go for the critter launchers anyway. And like, you know, like you said, like Keg said, lasers are the natural antidote to critter launchers anyway. So is it really, you know, how many critter launchers are we actually going to see come the business end of the tree?
I'm actually hoping RCs are the final meta, Tiago, but that's just because I'm an RC player. I got really good with the lasers last season, but I just I don't know, anything but bombers, and I'm okay with it.
Maybe saying everyone's going to run straight for the defenses no matter what. It's become the mentality. I think it has amongst the main pack. I think it has amongst the main pack. Obviously, for the lead guys, not so much, because they obviously understand the importance of offense over defense. But we got Kling Klong in the chat. What's up, Paul? How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Tech Tree chat, as it were. I will fix that for for the live for when I'm actually live streaming, because that's going to be awful watching that ball run across the screen if somebody does another 5 membership donation. So it's something I'm going to have to remedy. So yeah, I mean, obviously, other than that, from the start, is there an alternative path? Is there a full D path?
Well, we know. I mean, there is the path we did initially was basically the full D path. The machine guns, you get the mortars, then you grab the flotti on your way down to the shock mines, and then to the sky shield, picking up cannons when you can. That's full D right there, and it's basically just a couple nodes off path. So I think that's it. But I think some people will go warriors. There'll be like 5% that go warriors. I think there'll be a place for them in the first few hours, and then after that, I don't think there'll be a place for them. But I'm sure Skull will get gold with them, in the first hour or so, just because it'll be open for that. But then it'll kind of close.
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other, from 3ER is up, as Paul's just said, a double defense with 2 flotties.
What's up, Paul?
That would, that's going to be a beast to get past. Plus you get brick and the flare and the Grens, and maybe will the Grens come into play? Maybe the Grens will come into play, because obviously there's nothing that can range them there. And we know how good the Grens are when they outrange everything.
I refuse. I don't care if it is meta. I refuse. It's different when you have to get pigeonholed into it. Like, I think tanks will be really good this season because the troop boost for tanks will make them really good.
Well,
so I think.
Do we want to talk troop boosts? Do you want to talk troop boosts now?
I mean, we can. I was just saying. I know I'm going to probably have to play tanks at some point. Whether that's 4ER or. Yeah, 4ER, I might have to play tanks. And so if I have to play tanks, I really don't want to play Grins before that. And I think Rifle, Zuka, and a hero can kind of get you pretty far.
People that start in gold should be banned from this chat, says Tiago. Oh, dear. Jess, you started the whole Gren thing, yeah.
Yeah, but that was just a couple seasons. It's not relative to every season. Like I did really well with them for a couple of seasons, but like I've been very consistent in my hatred of them. You can ask Martin. Every time we see a tree for the first time, I hate them. Yeah. But winning trumps hate. I mean,
Amy, looking at the tree, I already know I'm screwed because I know what everyone else is going to do, but my stubborn ass isn't. So you're going to go rushing off after troops and then get caught up in all the. I think I'm gonna do this. I mean, obviously I'll have one account that just sits at 3ER like normal, and then the other 2, I think I'm going to go full D on one and then go full offensive on the other.
I think I'm going to wait a couple hours until everybody makes the mistakes, and then I'm going to play.
Like you did last season. Right, okay, let me tech tree. Let me just shrink this window down.
I accidentally overslept this past season, and it paid off for me. But I genuinely think there's no real initiative to play when the season starts immediately. I think all you can do is just make mistakes. Of course, a couple people are going to make the right path, but more often than not, you'll unlock something that was unnecessary. And so, knowing that correct path, I know Nonsec doesn't play at the start. I don't think he plays at the start most seasons. He just kind of comes in and cruises from rank 1, So I think it's all probably schedule dependent as well.
That was the little troop boost chart that I mocked up, which obviously kind of gives it demonstrates in real numbers what the boosts are. So on the first boost there, you're going to be boosting your your rifles by 27 and 22% respectively, whereas your Zukas will be 25 and 29 respectively. And so on up the tree. Now, obviously, there you see the tanks are boosted. Their damage is boosted by 27%, and their health is boosted by 24%. So actually, they might be a better bet over the mechs, even though Kavan does revive the mechs now. But we were Grens are meta in warships because of Jess. They should be called Jess's Grens. And Scorcher's there with a massive, well, virtually 50,000 health points. That's pretty huge, I think.
Yeah, and that's why I was so keen on the rifles over the Zukas, because at 3ER, there's only so much a Zuka can do, whereas the rifles really kind of help.
Only me asking, has someone got a TV on in the background? No, I haven't here. I've got a feeling it might be a little bit of feedback from Jess's. Are you watching me?
I don't have anything in the background going, but
no, are you watching? Are you watching me on your phone? Or sorry, are you watching the channel?
I always pull up the stream, but I never play it. I just have the chat going.
Okay.
Only me. Maybe you're hearing stuff.
No, because I'm getting feedback in my headphones as well from somewhere, unless it's because we're using Telegram and not Discord.
Might be Telegram because I have you on speaker.
Right, that'll be what it is. That'll be what it is because it's on the speaker. It's just picking up. It's only just like an annoying wasp in the summer, but I just got a Warcraft Rumble ad. It didn't tell. Oh, that's because I haven't got that screen up. Now Clash of Clans.
That's all I get, though. Honestly, like because I have to. I type in what game I'm playing when I stream. I type in Boom Beach, and so every time I stream after that for a month straight, all I get is Clash of Clans ads, just over and over. And they're really weird, like guys hiding in closets, popping out with a tablet. It's like, try the Halloween special.
Yeah, I don't like this mid-roll ads. So
Martin low-key pressing the button.
Tiago, prepare yourself. I'll talk to you after the stream. I know we discussed this loads. For some reason, so it was working fine for ages, Tiago, and then all of a sudden, Discord won't output to Wavelink, the stream mixer, but it's repeating what Martin says seconds later, but not annoying. Yeah, it's because Jess has got me on speakerphone his end. I need to buy a set of earphones for Jess so he can plug them into his phone and listen to me.
I just can't hear. I'm like an elderly man. So
the audio is fine. Says, yeah, it's only ever so quiet. But
let's see if this is any better. Hold on. Is that better?
So when I talk now, yeah, that's better because I don't hear the feedback in my ears.
Well, now I have to talk to you like I'm an old lady on the phone.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only thing. You need a second device so you can watch on one but still talk to me on the other. It's because you don't.
But yeah,
it's because you don't have an Aussie on call, drowning everybody out.
I mean, all your natural stuff on stream works, man. At least all that works for the most part. I can't even get my chat to work half the time.
Oh no, my chat's been behaving recently since I switched the chat from Streamlabs to Stream Elephants. It seems to work a lot better. JP's not on call because I can't get Discord to work. So at the moment, I can only bring like one person through on chat via Telegram, and my Wavelink is playing up. But apparently Tiago's got a solution, so hopefully we can sort that. I've got other stuff that I need to do after the stream, but There's a few, but I'm off all this week. So somewhere this week, I tend to spend quite a lot of time sorting bits and pieces out with regard to my setup here, or what's on the computer here. I've sorted out the physical setup. My nice new warships, my nice new warships mouse mat and all that. You chose Jess, JP. Well, Jess, JP's working, so JP's always a little bit. I know, right? Says Polly. It's a little bit harder for Polly to jump on at this time of day because he's got his head up a sheep or something. I don't know. Where are we going? We're going back to the. Are we going back to the tech tree? Back to the tech tree. Where is it? There it is. Back to the tech tree. So yeah, right. So, come on. Come on.
Sorry, I was grabbing something to drink.
I
I was like trying to figure out. I realized I wasn't on speaker anymore. So I was like,
So that is the agreed path. That's it. Make a guy feel bad about the city. You have no idea how much running around I was doing before this stream. It nearly didn't happen. So
well, I think you've just been putting fires out all weekend. So
you've got no idea. But yeah, we're not going down there. We are not going down that rabbit hole. So yeah, I think that's kind of the agreed path, and then where you branch off really depends. Well, it probably depends on how far you get to and what's going on around you at the time, doesn't it?
I think you would see, like, when you look up, see where some of the other guys are, 16, 17, see what they unlocked and like what path they've taken. And I think that almost kind of dictates what path you take as well.
Yeah.
Because if it's working for them, then obviously, hopefully, it works for you as well.
So what are the good players going to do? Stoneheart's already done his stream, mate.
I think a lot of them are going to go straight for. If you look at the decks, the 4ER deck is just significantly bigger than the 3ER deck.
On that path that I've just marked up, or another path?
Yeah, I think me and Keg were doing some different numbers last night, just rough numbers, and I think with his second chest, he can go 4ER.
Wow.
And that's with getting sniper towers, because you have to get sniper towers
to get
unlock
past that.
multi-node 2.
What about BH? Can you get BH in that as well? Or?
No, you can't get BH. I think all you can get is sniper towers and 4ER. But, that's just with your first starting 2 chests. And I think after that, you'd have 2 more chests plus ranking up. That 4ER deck is just significantly
it's
bigger
huge,
than
isn't
the
it? 1, 2,
3ER
3,
deck.
4. So there's there's the 4ER deck. Make that a bit bigger. There's the 4ER deck. When you compare that to the 3ER deck, it isn't it? Well, again, it's like, actually they're all significant. I mean, you compare the 5 to the 4, that's a big old chunk that adds, and you compare the 6 to the, the only 2 that probably aren't, the 6 to the 7 probably isn't that much different.
I think 4ER is a good thing, but I think it also may be a risk because not really that much of a risk because you can always backfill, but there's going to be a lot of people that dirty up in 3. 3 has a lot of options, and 2 is a little bit longer than it normally is. So people are going to get all the stuff, the BH, the machine guns, the mortars, the cannons, the flotties, the sky shield. They're going to get everything, and so it's going to be really filthy in 3. People are just going to stack up and kind of do that instead of progressing forward, probably.
Yeah, I mean three. I mean, you can imagine. You imagine my donkey account once I've maxed out 3 ER. That's just going to be chaos. I'm not even sure how I'd probably end up doing, I don't know, heavy Zuka clear from the 2 ER side and doing a two boat warrior rush for the other ER, I guess.
JP called it though. The Flotty is going to be huge, especially with like rifle Zuka
Mm,
and or warrior players without flare. Especially because rifle Zuka, the Zukas tend to walk up, after the defense is killed, and then you just kill everything. So people without flare are going to run into issues, especially since there's two Flotties and three.
yeah, I mean they're just talking there, in chat about the flare, and um, it's going to be, obviously if you're going warriors, you're going to have to get the flare, but I don't see warriors lasting much more than, like you've already said, a couple of hours, and then without
The
because the flare's so far out of the way.
the even with Iron Will, I think Iron Will is like what 70%. And so if somebody has DVD plus the Flotties Mark One is at 2,000. So I still think that with DVD, I don't know if DVD applies to the bomb, but if it does, I think it would still kill
Mm.
the Zukas. Not 100% certain, but I think so.
Which, as Amy says, all goes back to the heavy defense noobs dominating again. They will early, um, but it's getting those early rank chests, isn't it? That's what it's about. Yeah, Aspie, let's unlock everything in 3 ER. That's what Donkey's doing.
I try to avoid unlocking anything that's unnecessary. I think whatever you need to compete, and then try to do nothing more, and then progress forward as quickly as possible.
I mean, realistically, though, they're in 3 ER. What are you not going to come back for in that?
Um,
What would you not come
I think
back
I
for?
would not come back. I think I would hold off on that GBE and that second Flotty. I don't know that I would get that first DVD or that multi-node. Um, Med kits,
Most
I
of
would
what's there,
probably hold out on.
yeah. I don't see too many key vacuums there. I think at some point you're going to have to come back for. I think Grens and medkits are probably but then even potentially Grens you're going to want to come back. There's still that chance that with all that dirty D out there, um,
Yeah, because you got a Sky Shield right before 4. So a lot
yeah,
of people will start putting that Flotty under the Sky Shield for like warrior players or even maybe some of the Zuka players. Yeah, it'll be
that's
pretty dirty.
Scully's right there though. With the higher CRVs, it means the mistake won't be quite as punishing.
But yeah, that's why I think more than ever, there's no rush. Like, yeah, you can start when everybody else starts, but if you play two accounts, start one at the beginning. You don't have to start the second one immediately. You can hold off, and then once you find out what is like the A1 meta, then do that,
That I think that's the way I think I'm going to be starting Donkey first, which is the 3 ER account, and I should just get a load of stuff filled up in 3 ER, and then I'll take a look at what other people are doing, and then kind of make my decisions from there as to which account I go next. But it's
I,
like you say, those dirty defense accounts. They always seem to dominate early.
the problem is people get the keys immediately, so you're doing battles and you're getting the chests, the first 4 chests, you're getting them all at once, so it makes you want to like or feel the need to immediately unlock stuff. But it is okay to go to like that multi-node 2 and just park and play and see what develops, and then dictate your choices off of what you're seeing as far as like the metas develop. so that you're not just spending all your keys and then you unlock something that you didn't need to unlock.
Mm-hmm. I think Kavan's also going to be huge this season. I think with the troop boost nodes, then assuming that he's going to be bringing back those boosted troops, and that's not something that they've messed up.
The problem with Kavan's off path, though, kind of,
yeah,
not that far off path, but it kind of dictates you to go.
but you're going to pick up that
It,
troop health anyway, aren't you?
maybe. Sometimes, a lot of the times, as long as you have one troop health, you don't really need the second troop health. Like maybe it's okay. If it
But
was a
then
troop damage right there, then I think that would be different.
got 2 damage amps there to potentially contend with later on. Those flotties are only going to work for so long,
I
aren't
think
they?
they stay flotties though, for the most part, just
Yeah.
because you're gonna want to deal with them lasers. People are using lasers. Maybe they
Okay.
turn to damage amps or 1 amp, 1 flotty.
Do you want to carry on just reading with the chat? I've got a dog that's wanting to go out, so I shall be 30 seconds or so while I go and let him do what he's got to go and do.
Yeah, no problem. Is anybody going Warriors? I know some people. I know Skull's going Warriors. I talked to a few other people that are going Warriors. I assume Doom's probably going to go Warriors at some point. I just don't know how sustainable they are long term, especially without shocks. But the smoke and the med kits are there. Yeah, I think it's more of a for fun thing. Skull, but I mean, some people will make them work and make them work really, really well. I was talking to Kawa yesterday for about an hour, and I think he's pretty amped to go Warriors and thinks he's going to do really well with them. So I'm just not in that league with the Warriors.
Who's going Warriors?
I was saying, talking to Kawa yesterday. You were on when we were talking to Kawa,
Oh yeah,
for like an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, he thinks Warriors are going to be really strong, and so
Are you going
I'm
Warriors,
just not
Skull?
that good with them.
You're a warrior surgeon, so I'm assuming you'll do one account with Warriors at least. Maybe no. We got Phil back in the chat.
What's up, Phil?
Good thing is we don't have to unlock Warriors because it's free. We just need to max them if needed. Yeah, that's true. You know, if it turns out that
And all 3 of them are relatively cheap. The rifle Zukas and the Warriors. I think they're all around 500, right? 500-600.
yeah, there or thereabouts. That's actually not a bad shout. You know, potentially with 3 ER, depending on where you put the 2 ERs, you could just free clear with Warriors from one side, free clear with heavy Zuka from rifle Zuka from the other. Maybe depends on the layouts, doesn't it?
I think mines, depending on people, do people take
where
that
they
middle path and get mines immediately, or is there a flotty or what?
or or like we said, how many people are going to underestimate mines and go for the troop damage, or go for the flare? We will find out in several hours. What we got left now? 9 hours.
I think I was gonna say I think Warriors almost necessitate make flare necessary, where maybe you can kind of get away with rifle Zook and not having flare for a little while.
Oh yeah, but what I meant was if you've got like a loaded side on one side of the base and you've just got a handful of defenses protecting an ER at the other end, you could potentially free clear them with max warriors. Just drop 2 boats and free clear that little corner while you go to work at the other end. I mean, upgrading the gunboat isn't going to be that necessary, is it? Because there's no GVAs there really to speak of, is there?
Well, I think flare med kit, and the next thing is critters. and four.
Flare Medkit, and Smoke. And let's face it, they're the three cheapest on the tree, pretty much, aren't they? Medkits might be valuable, but then how many people are actually going to use 20 keys to open medkits that early in the season?
Yeah, if mine die, they're just going to have to die because I'm not unlocking medkits.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
I do think calculating what keys you have and with Martin's calculator and understanding the different ways you can go. I mean, obviously you can probably do it in game if you're like a last second person and wait till the season starts. But I would, use that multi-node 2 as kind of like a stationary point and then trying to decide what different paths you can kind of go to from there. I think will kind of set you up for success. Now, there's going to be a couple people that do like a weird, crazy unlock order and do something really strange, and it'll work for like one or two people. But just remember, if something ridiculous works for one person, it might not work for everybody. So, like, for instance, like Warriors or something like that. Like, I might not be able to do the same thing with Warriors that somebody else might be able to do. And so, just keep in mind your limitations and how you can play the game.
I think this tree, yeah, I think like last season, I think this tree has got many options, many paths. I think the one thing that we can be certain of is those that go heavy D will dominate early, and then they'll get stuck kind of halfway through the season whilst they're trailing behind, everyone else's D, and then you know, it will sort of be. I think 4 and 5 are going to get messy, and they're going to get messy fast. And then come
Yeah, I
the
think
final week, it'll be a
the
choice
dirtiest
between.
three that gets four first is probably likely your first people to diamond.
Um, and then I think the final weekend is going to be a question of, well, am I going to go fully dirty maxed out 6, or am I going to go 7 for the extra boosts and see what else I can unlock? And I think that's kind of where we're going to end up. What's this thing about noob heavy D dominating?
I think that's just how the game has turned to the past 5 to 10 seasons. It used to be heavy base or heavy like tech ride used to be the name of the game was tech riding, and now for the past 5 to 10 seasons, you almost get hurt or penalized for tech riding or trying to advance too quickly in the tree, and so a lot of people just get all the D and set type now.
Yeah, since the reset, maybe even a bit before that, to be honest, I think. Well, which depends on which reset you're on about, the deliberate one or the accidental one.
I got both of them.
But yeah, I think that I agree. I can't remember who said it now, but I agree that I do think that the defenses just need to be a little bit more spread out. That you've got virtually all the defense before 4. It's only the 3 launchers that are available after 4 ER. You've got the rest of the defense in there before 4, and that's often the case. That's often why it is heavy defense that wins through in the early days, because it's all available so early. So maybe
I'm
that's
just
the.
grateful they didn't put like critter launcher, sky shield, and like RLs all in 3 ER like they did for like 2 or 3 seasons in a
That
row.
was a
Because I know we have 2 sky
yeah,
shields this season,
yeah.
but
That was nasty. But then I think we obviously had slightly different troops to deal with it, but it did get nasty quick that season. So
I think while there was multiple metas last season or multiple paths, I think everybody's going to take the same generalized path this season. I think what will be the difference is what troop you use to accomplish your hits, and then where you go off path, like what things you go off path for. But I think for the most part, everybody will take the same generalized path.
It's going to be harder to get to the end of the tree if you fully D up in 3ER. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing to consider is if you skip mortars early, if you can skip cannons early, and still kind of make some progress, you're going to get to 7 and into 7 quicker than those that sit behind. Unless obviously those mortars and cannons take you to diamond and you're sat. I mean, that's going to be the key, isn't it? It's getting diamond. When do you hit diamond? That's what this season is about.
Just remember that, especially with rifles, Zukas, just be conscious of what you unlock. If all you're facing is rifles, Zukas, then mortars might be better for you than cannons,
Yeah,
because cannons are single point, mortars do a lot of damage to Zukas. So just be conscious of what you're unlocking.
absolutely. Anyone got any more questions or anything that they want answered with regard to the update or the troop boosts or any of the changes
You're
that they
sounding
think?
really distorted.
It might be just because I moved my mic slightly. Yeah, any questions regarding update or troop boosts or anything else that we haven't touched on? Anything that you're a bit confused about or uncertain of? In the chat. Also want to give a massive shout out to Albert Chamisel. Woke up this morning and he'd dropped a tip in my Streamlabs. He's not been on stream this evening, but I just want to give a massive shout out to Albert, another great member of the community, for dropping that £15 tip. So much appreciated, Albert.
I don't know if it's still going for everybody else, but it's really choppy and distorted when you're talking. For me, I don't know if it is for everybody else.
Anyone else having audio issues? I'm not sure.
I don't think. Yeah, I was going to tell Mike that it doesn't make them a noob. It's just people joke. It's just a joke, Mike. We're all just kind of joking around, kind of talking and stuff like that. Then it must just be our call through Telegram that's messing up. But yeah, Mike, it's just a joke. Everybody's just joking around. Just like if, bus rush, say everybody was bus rushing with heavy choppers and stuff, everybody'd be like, "Oh, he's noob rushing." He might be one of the best players in the world, but he's noob rushing. It's
I
just a joke. That's all
actually,
it is.
I actually think it's a sort of backhanded compliment when somebody refers to the way that you're playing. If you're doing well with the way you're playing, and somebody calls you a noob, it's sort of a way of of acknowledging the fact that you're doing well with with the way that you've chosen. That's how I would take it. I'd sort of throw it back in their face and say, well, this noob's at rank 17. Where are you at with all your offense? And to treat it in that respect. What's your path, Martin? Would be interested to see yours. I not a clue. I haven't actually. I've had a lot to deal with these last couple of days, and with the update coming out and then sneak peeks for warships and building the calculator. I don't get too much time to plan a path, actually. I'm too busy getting the tools ready for you lot to be able to plan yours. But I think I will be doing one on a similar path to what Jess said. So we'll be going machine guns round here, round the corner, down the middle, and then sit. And I think the other one, apply that. The other one, I don't know which one. That'll probably be bull, and then I think meerkat will be out the gate up to the damage amp. I don't know whether I'll go much further down to the cannons, maybe pick up the mortars, maybe even come up to the DBD as well, and really dirty up and play the dirty noob game, the dirty defensive noob game, as it were. So yeah, I think I'm going to have one go defense and one go offense, and then obviously my my dynamic donkey account will sit at 3ER, so it'll just collect everything that it kind of needs as it needs it. And eventually I'll have 3 protos, and I'll have that filthy base, and I'll do the normal thing. It'll get to gold on the first day using the conventional path, and then it'll struggle to hold gold as everyone else kind of comes up round it, and I'm facing all 4ERs, and then eventually all the 4ERs will bugger off up the tree, and I'll be left with a fairly easy run to the end with all gold chests. But be interesting to see. I think 36 will be the order of the day for my 3ER account on Christmas Eve this year. We got as Albert. Here he is. There he is. What's up, Albert? You got your notification of your tip this morning that you dropped, the £15 that you dropped into my PayPal this morning. So the donation this morning. So just giving you a big shout out and saying thank you massively for that. And look at that, as if by magic, the man arrives.
He gave you the tip.
Yeah. So yeah, no, much appreciated for that, Albert. So yeah, I think that's my my plan. No, I think 8-ball's switched off at the moment, Mr. Poying. It's something again next week or this week that I've got off now, as well as playing Boom and a little bit of Christmassy stuff. I'm going to spend a fair bit of time sat at the desk with Streamlabs open and my OBS open and tidying up some scenes, and maybe creating a few more Stream Deck things to play around with, some more drill sound effects or some bagpipes, or I don't know, just messing around with that as well. So that's on the cards for this week. Thanks, just the tip. Really? Yeah, so I think we're kind of, are we done? I'm not sure what else there is to discuss.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point we would just be talking in circles. I mean,
yeah. I mean, unless anyone else has got anything that they want to ask or want to know, please, if you're out there and you're not a regular commenter, or you're not, then don't be embarrassed to ask. I'm not going to let people take the mickey for asking what they might perceive as a dumb question, because no question's dumb if you don't know the answer. So if you've got something you want to know, bung it in the chat, and we will answer it, and woe betide anybody that takes the mickey out of you for it, because that's not what this Boom Beach community is about. It's certainly not what BBTFRG are about. So yeah, if anyone's got anything they want to know, then please drop that chat. I want to give a noobs ask a no, but I know. Well, I can see I've got 43 concurrent viewers, and I'm pretty sure that there's not 43 people in the chat right now. And if there's people out there going, "Oh, I wish I knew the answer to this," then just ask the question, because we all had to start somewhere. And we all didn't know anything once. We've all learned it as we've come along the way. So, I want to give those people a platform to be able to ask the question. Hey, you just joining in, says Fritz. What's up, Fritzy man? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Fritz Life Adventures there. Big shout out to you, Fritz. Yeah, I want to give those people the opportunity to step forward and say, look, I've got a question. But
I mean, there's some people that have been playing for years and still make the same mistakes every season. So, it's just, and I can even be that
lots
person
of love
at
to you,
times
Fritz,
where,
as well, man.
You go back and kind of repeat things or go off of previous seasons, and every season is original. So what might have worked in a previous season might not work this season. 302, if you collect your 4th, 6th bin, you'll have 302 keys starting at rank 13 with 302 keys counting your 4-4.
Yeah, 230 before you actually start, And then, like you say, if you collect those
72.
collect those 4 in iron.
I've helped so many people with calculations over the years.
Yeah,
It's like
they're
frozen
automatic
in my
now.
brain.
Can we see the bull again, please? Only if somebody, only when somebody does a membership, when somebody signs up to memberships, because that's the welcome to the Cool
Only
Kids
me
Club.
wants to see your bull.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Only if someone signs up to channel memberships do you get the bull. I've got a really good one on the Dono link as well, but that pops up every now and then. They might be a little bit too long. I don't know. Again, so because I run a Mac, it's got an inbuilt GPU, an inbuilt graphics processor unit, which slows everything down. So when anything really graphics heavy happens, everything just slows down. And I'm saving for a better rig, and it will come one day. But quite often with these things, is 3 steps forward and 2 steps backwards. So you save up a chunk of money, and then you run over a pothole and crack your wheel, so you end up having to buy a new wheel, or your dog eats 120 grams of 85% cocoa powder chocolate, or so you have to spend 400 quid at the vet because your dog's a knob. So yeah, but yeah, eventually I will be able to invest in a better machine that can actually handle all this stuff, and then I can really kind of start to go to town with some of the crazy wacky ideas that rattle around in this old head of mine. So, but we'll see. Right, I think it is time to put the cat out. No, time to wind it down. To let you lot go and get your beauty sleep. You've got a great PC. It just needs a tune. It just doesn't handle the heavy graphics stuff.
The girthy stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that's heavy on the graphics. It's a 2017 iMac. So Sally, I'm 45 minutes behind. Are you still going? We're just ending now. Grins. So yeah, let's say we're kind of just drawing it to a close. I don't know why I'm telling him that he's 45 minutes behind. Cabin boy, great info, lots to think about. Good luck. See you all out there. Cheers, Martin. No worries, cabin boy.
Hasta luego.
Yeah, what he said. I'm not doing this.
Goodbye.
I'm not doing this foreign stuff anymore. I got in trouble for that at the end of last season. I'm not attempting it again.
It means something. So nothing derogatory, I don't think.
Let's hope not. No, thanks a lot, guys.
I spent too much time looking at my Spanish teacher as opposed to doing the Spanish.
Yeah. So yeah, I will be in touch with you somewhen this week, Tiago. It probably won't be tonight because I've got a couple of priority things that I need to sort out. Sorry I missed it, Bull. Should be exciting. Yeah, no worries, Fritz. We should be a lot more live next. A lot more live, is that the right way to put it? I'm not sure. I'm hopefully doing more live streams next season. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, what Scully said, get some good rest. And Scully had some good news this afternoon for those of you that missed it. He doesn't have to work tomorrow now, so we get full blown Scully tomorrow morning. Well, for me tomorrow morning, as he season premieres to start the new season. So we'll look forward to that, Scully. Don't forget to get over there and sub.
I'm gonna go lunchtime.
So it was the dog all along in the kitchen with the cocoa and the chocolate. Yeah, it was. Oh, did they, Fez? I'd not seen the result yet. It's something I need to check on later. But yeah, that's it for now. what are we? We're coming up to 11 o'clock. So we're what, 9 hours away, 9 hours, 20 minutes away from the start of next season. I know we're all looking forward to it. So I will let you all get off and get your rest or do your last minute plannings or whatever it is you're going to do. Thank you all very much for joining me this evening. Thanks for your support as always. I will catch you on the seas, and remember, people, don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, don't get caught. If you get caught, you don't know me. All right, guys, good night.